I close this? Yes. I'm gonna give everybody just a few more minutes to pop on. But we're not gonna wait too long. We're not gonna wait too long. 5 o'clock is exactly what it is. 5 o'clock. And we don't want to keep our on time people waiting because that's not right. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because it's 5:01. I think that was quite a good time. Welcome everybody to the Embracing Your Essence conference. I am so glad you all are here. I thank you guys for coming. Y'all know I'm real big on self-care Sunday, so it is a Sunday and it is self-care. So we're gonna hold you for a little time, but not a long time. Um, we're going to drop some gems. We're going to give you some tidbits and, make a few announcements. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. We're going to try to answer your questions as we go through this. Make sure, you get a full understanding of like what's really going on. So first up, we have Dr. Toshiba Morris. And yes, I did write notes because I forget stuff. Is a dedicated holistic health and wellness practitioner with a profound commitment to helping individuals achieve balance, healing, and self-discovery. With over a decade of experience, she is a Reiki master, sound therapy expert, and yoga nidra guide, blending ancient practices into Western modern holistic techniques to support deep transformative healing. As an ordained minister and sister of Zeta Alpha Psi sorority, Dr. Morris is known for her compassionate and inclusive approach, welcoming clients from all walks of life to embrace their journey towards greater peace and spiritual connection. Through her company, Royal Sovereignty, she has empowered countless clients to reclaim their well-being, offering services that nurture the mind, body, and soul. Her work is marked by warmth, intuition, and a powerful understanding of the mind, body, spirit connection, making Dr. Morris a sought after guide for those seeking to alleviate their wellness practices and experiences true renewal. So we're going to welcome Dr. Toshiba Morris. And I'm going to mute myself.
And now I just unmuted myself. Greetings, everyone. Peace and blessings. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Thank you all again for joining us on this 5 o'clock hour. Mrs. Tamara, I love her so dearly, has graciously hosted this beautiful via virtual conference for free. I mean, who can ask for anything better than that? Getting some free, good information, gems, and everything to help you along your way, mind, body, and spirit. So I'm going to just go ahead and dive in. I'm just going to be myself. Don't worry. I'm not going to give you the doctor talk. I'm not going to give you the doctor lingo. I'm just going to give it to you how it is because this is real life, right? Right. Okay. So we all hear about self-love, self-care, self-love, self-care. That's only two things. And then when you hear the third one, self-discovery, you get the scratching your head when I say it or somebody else say it because you don't even think about the third one. And in all actuality, you don't even really understand, or overstand what self-love and care is. There is a difference between the three. A big difference between the three. They all do not mean the same, okay? So what I'm going to do is I want to see in the chats, because I like to be interactive. Y'all be interactive with me because I see a lot of y'all on here not showing your faces, and that's cool. If I couldn't show my face, I wouldn't either. Trust me. Because honey is beat, okay? I'm beat down for today. But how many, by the raising of your hand, know exactly what self-discovery is? If you truly understand and know, besides Miss Tamara Brown, if you truly know what self-discovery is, let's be honest, we're going to use the integrity system here today, because we're not only adding just everyday life things, but we are adding God, who is the creator of all things. Whatever your spiritual or higher choice may be, we personally represent God. So I'm not trying to disarray or dismantle anyone else's belief, but whatever your higher source is, okay, we want to make sure that you understand what self-discovery is. So I'm going to start off by doing just a quick prayer, if you all don't mind. You don't have to close your eyes, because prayer, I'm going to teach you that too. It's just talking, just like I'm talking to you all now. So you can bow your head and keep them open. You can laugh at me, make googly faces. I don't care. I'm just going to pray. So we're going to begin. Father God, we thank you right now. We ask that you forgive us for all our sins, consciously, unconsciously, and intentional sins that we have done for this day, for this moment, for this hour. We ask that the Holy Spirit just open up our ears so that we can hear and receive and retain the information, and not just listen to it and then go on about our way. Because, Lord, we know that we have decreased ourselves so that you can increase in us, to give the people the gems, to give the people what you want them to have, so that we can live our royal life. We can live our best life. We can live our graceful essence of beauty life that we would like to have. So, God, we ask right now in this moment that each person is honest and can learn something and take this on their everyday journey from this day forward. On November 10th, I'm a whole nother day ahead. Thank God. That means something's good's going to happen. November 10th on 2024 will be the day that changed their lives forever. It is in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Y'all have to excuse me. I get a little excited. I almost went a little too long. So, all right. So self-discovery. I'm going to go ahead and read what Google says, because I know a lot of you are Google like to go to Google University. Let me put it that way. Which is fine, because it does help. But what Google is saying is self-discovery is a process of learning about yourself, including your values, your needs, wants, and potential. It can also involve reflecting on what you like and dislike. Keep that in mind. Keep what I said. It can involve reflecting on what you like and dislike. It's the reason for that. What you want to achieve in life and what your core principles are. It can help you gain a clearer sense of purpose and direction in your life to improve not only loving relationships, but your friend relationship, work relationships, even relationships with yourself. It gives you just much better direction, and it just enhances your entire well-being. So with that being said, how many of you now, by the raising of a hand, if you know how to get in your chat and put the little hand up or a heart or a like, or come off video or something and interact with us and let us know that you're understanding what I just said, and now you have a clearer view of what self-discovery really is. Thank you, Miss Victoria King. I appreciate that. Thank you. I love that. I love that. I love the honesty, because thank you. Thank you. Much gratitude to each one of you that are putting your hearts and hands up, because that's very important that you understand what self-discovery is. Because if you don't know what self-discovery is, you can't move to the next two. So let's begin by saying a lot of therapists now believe that going back in your past hurts you more than it helps you. That's the Western way of being. With your interconnection to the spiritual life, going back to your past and not reliving the trauma, but mindfully thinking about the trauma or the things that may have molded you into the person that you are or don't want to be. And if you don't have self discovery of that, how can you figure yourself out to self love and to self care? Okay, so we're going to go with that first. So I know I'm going to get hit with a lot of boom, bang, booms and pows like Spider-Man and stuff. So, but it's all right. I'm ready for it. Bring it to me. But going back, not to be afraid or not to bring up stuff to make you all angry all over again, but it's mindfully bringing it to your attention to say, wow, I get triggered when someone says the word X, Y, and Z because I'm mindfully thinking about what happened to me before. And now that I know why it triggers me, now I know how to mindfully get myself together to show no triggerization. Now, it's okay to be triggered, but not to show that you have been triggered. Does that make sense? It is okay to be triggered, but not to let everyone see your vulnerability of being triggered. Because you know what that actually does? That gives fuel to the fire that you didn't even start. And you don't want that. Then guess what happens? It becomes a domino effect of something that happened to you before in your younger life. Now you have something new in your adult life because you haven't fixed what was in your younger life that made you trigger in the first place. Make sense? Okay. Makes sense. Well, it makes sense to me. You
It
know,
makes sense. You good.
you
It makes
contact
sense.
me if it don't make sense.
Yep, makes sense to me.
So some of these things on trying to get to self-discovery, this is where a lot of mindful meditation comes in at, rather it being guided mindful meditation, where someone is speaking to you while you're laying down and they're guiding you through like a visualization, like you're dreaming and you're thinking about what they're saying. And as they speak and you're thinking about what's saying, things will begin to come up. Things will begin to come up in your mind. And as they come in your mind, don't instantly erase them because they're coming up in your mind for a reason. They come up in your mind because our body is made up of cells, okay? Lots of cells. And in those cells hold memories, even in your skin. That's why they ask you to detox. And, you know, a lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to detox because I want to get this weight off because I don't want no fupa. No, y'all, come on. Let's get beyond the surface stuff now, okay? It's now the time in the season to get beyond the surface. We need to start digging deep down into the bottom where the root began. You know what I'm saying? Down to where it began. And one of the easiest things to do to begin that is this is to people who have children, not necessarily have a spouse or have another companion or whatever or anything. This is just for people who have children. When you had your child, your first child, instantly you weren't the same person you were before you had that child. Something came into your life that changed a part of your beginning anatomy of self-discovery. So now with you having a child, you have to figure out, who am I as a mother? I know who I was as Toshiba. I know who I was as Miss Latricia. I know who I was as Miss Glenn, but who am I now as a mother? And what does that entail? What does that look like for me based off of what mindfully comes up in my mind about how I was raised and what I wanted to see, didn't want to see, what made me feel comfortable, and what made me feel uncomfortable. Is that making sense? Am I going too fast? Okay. All right. So, with that being said, that is very, very, very important. Um, so there's the kids. Now let's add being married or having a spouse, a significant other, whatever
Ooh,
you want to call it.
child.
These days, you just never know. As you begin to really think about it, and I'm giving y'all little mindful tips already before I even get to mindful meditation. As you begin to mindfully think about it, as I speak now, um, you will realize that when you got married, or if you're in a marriage, pieces of yourself, your true inner self, begin to chip away. Y'all, please excuse my dog. And if it gets too loud, just let me know. Um, he's afraid of the lawnmower. Okay. So you begin to have things chipped away at you because now you're not just giving to yourself anymore. Now you're giving to your children and you're giving to your spouse. What parts of you have you kept? Think about that for 2 seconds. What parts of you have you kept? And I'm going to make it easy for you. Do you remember what your favorite trip was before you had kids and before you got married? Do you? It's the small, simple things like that that we forget who we are as our personal inner higher selves. And we instantly become what our family needs us to be. And then at night, we go to bed feeling empty. We're crying. We're trying not to show our family that we're falling apart. Why? Because there's no self-discovery anymore. We lost it. And we just go on about our way. We go on about our day and we continuously just keep getting chipped at and chipped at and chipped at and chipped at. And then before you know it, we're a basket case. And probably like me, making my herbal anxiety medicines. Okay. So, we have to be mindful of those things. You are no longer completely yourself anymore. And we have to go back to knowing who we are. Who are you? Are you still that same person that loved taking that run in the morning that you used to take before you had children and had to get them ready to get on the bus? Are you still that same person that loved to go get your nails done and go ahead and just take your time in there instead of saying, "Oh my gosh, I have 2 more minutes to get out of here," and then you leave? No. So we're going to go into from self-discovery goes into learning how to have self-care. Okay. Well, self-love. I'm sorry. Going into self-love. When you have your self-discovery, then you begin to learn the pieces of you that you love and you remembered that you love, like taking your baths longer, washing your face longer, taking the time to lotion up and admire yourself and your body and who you are and talk to yourself like you used to in the mirror. I know when we used to go out to the clubs back in the day, you used to talk to yourself and get yourself hyped up and all of that. That's self-love. Self-love is not going to go get your nails done. Okay. That is a part of self-care. And getting your nails done, even if it's just going to get a manicure, should not be a luxury. I know a lot of you are going to get upset with me for that, but
It's
it should not be a
maintenance.
luxury. It
It's
should be
maintenance.
it. That's right. It is maintenance. It's like you having to get your car an oil change and tune ups and tires rotated. Okay.
That's
That
it.
is what you have to begin to do. And in order to do all of the three things, that's where we can begin to start enjoying our lives because one, we already discovered ourselves, we're loving ourselves, And because we love ourselves, we're giving ourselves real self-care, like going to the doctor, getting your eyes checked, your teeth clean, your face done, you know, going to get your dermaplaning or whatever it may be. That those are the things that we have to do. But in order to do those things, we also know that this is life. And life throws us curveballs, and we can't always afford to go do things of that nature. So that's where Dr. Rhonda is going to come in at. And she is going to teach us how to maintain a lifestyle of maintaining self discovery, self love, and self care in a more luxury type of way, even if you are a beer person, a champagne person on a beer budget. So, with that being said, I'm going to introduce to you this wonderful, phenomenal woman. Dr. Rhonda Boyd is a visionary in financial self care and wealth empowerment dedicated to helping individuals create financial freedom while nurturing their personal growth. With expertise in financial strategy and a deep commitment to holistic well being, Dr. Boyd empowers her clients to build wealth through practical self care centered financial practices. Through Flow with Rhonda and Wealth Creator Mastermind Retreat, she provides a supportive community where individuals master wealth building strategies while embracing financial self care as a path to lasting abundance. And as an author of books like Investing Made Easy, A Family Affair, Living in God's Overflow, and The Whole Entrepreneur, Dr. Boyd combines her financial insights with tools for personal growth and resilience. She believes true financial success comes from aligning your wealth with self care, creating a foundation of security and confidence. Dr. Boyd's mission, oh, I'm so sorry, is to help others, just got me goosebumps, is to help others embrace their essence and thrive financially, building lives that reflect their fullest potential. And now I introduce to you Dr. Rhonda Boyd.
Toshiba, thank you so much because I appreciate that introduction. I'm like, who's she talking about?
It was fire, ain't it?
Yeah, that was like, woo.
What the
Well,
kids say, she ate. She ate.
Yes. But everybody give it up to Dr. Toshiba Morris. Oh my gosh. If you don't know like your steps now, like I'm sitting taking notes. Hopefully y'all taking notes and not just listening, because we can give all this information, but if you don't get it into practice, then you just came on here and just got a bunch of information. And it's information that should be shared also. But to find, like, go through self-discovery, knowing what you like and what you don't like, that is because it's so much deeper. We throw that word around self-care a lot, and it's really maintenance is what we're throwing around. We're telling people, oh, you need to go do self-care. You need to go. No, but what about all that stuff in our head? Like, it's the self-discovery. Do you love yourself? Because, I mean, you can paint a pig's toenails. You can make a pig look pretty. But guess what? It's still a pig. So, do you love you? Because it doesn't, all this outer stuff, man, like she said, these are sales. These are sales. The true essence of who you are is the spirit being that's living on the inside of you. And best believe we see that spirit being show up way before we see you. And that's what we got to get to the point of us really understanding that we are spirit beings living we're living out this human experience. And we just got a bunch of emotions and feelings that go along with it. But when you understand the power you have as being a spirit being, your whole world changes and you change the rooms that you walk into. So that is self-discovery, self-care. That is what she's trying to tell you all, is that is the spirit of who you are. That is your essence. When all of this is gone away, we want your spirit. Your spirit is perfect anyway, but that's what shows up. But when it's out of whack, that throws off the room, your household, your finances, and everything. So she already introduced who I am. I am your wealth creator. That was probably the only thing that wasn't put into the intro.
I owe
Um,
you one.
oh no, you good because you read what you was given, so I'm good. I am good. I am good. So I am your wealth creator. What I do is I help people create, keep, and pass on generational wealth. But the one thing that I do know is that wealth starts in your head. It all starts in your head. You got to believe that you deserve to be wealthy. You got to believe that God wants the best for you at all times, all places, that we are not supposed to be hustling and living paycheck to paycheck. We are supposed to be in an overflow of abundance. And that's not just abundance of wealth, but an abundance of joy, abundance of peace, abundance of love, because you can't give out what you don't have. You can't be in an overabundance if you don't have it. And I looked up self-care, and she talked about a little bit, but self-care is the practice of taking care of your own health and well-being. It can help you manage stress, maintain a balance in your life, and honor your emotional and spiritual needs. You have to honor those. No one's going to honor it for you. As we are talking about self-care, it's up to you. That's why it says self. No one's taking care of you. We are all and we tend to think that being selfish is a bad thing. But sometimes you got to turn your phone off. You need to turn the TV off. You need to tell people in your life, I got to step away. I got to get away. And
Utilize that
sometimes
no.
yeah, yeah. And sometimes we tend not to do that because of our financial situation. People, and if you hear people say, oh, it ain't all about the money, baby, everything you do in this life is about the money. It is about the money. You are not showing anybody, you're not being humble when you're saying, I live a humble life and I live under my means, below my means. I got enough to survive, because to me, that's really being selfish. That's the selfish part, because you should live in an overflow. We should be in an overflow of abundance. I saw Dr. Toshiba took her. You want to say something?
Oh, I just want to say, unless you want to keep that as your mindset, then by all means, we have free will. But that's all I wanted to add.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Because we do. We have a choice. We are not puppets. That is so true. That is so true. If that is your construct of how you want to live, and you may be happy there, but I truly believe that when we live in our overflow of abundance, we are happier. And that's just me. And I just believe that that's what we were created for. If you look in the Bible, the first words that God gave the two people he made, Adam and Eve, it was to go and multiply. And so he was like, be abundant, go multiply and in this earth. And so when you have financial stress in your life, it takes a toll on our emotions, our mental. It leads to anxiety, depression, and even a lot of times the ailments we have in our bodies show up because we're stressed about the one thing that sometimes we think is not important, which is money. And that's what we have to change. We have to start talking about money. And I don't believe in generational curses. I believe in generational habits. I believe we're doing the exact same thing that our parents have done, that their parents have done, going back. And until we get out of that cycle, and a lot of times we're in that cycle because we refuse to talk about it. We have to start talking about debt. We have to start talking about me passing on. Like, now I'm gonna be here to 125. I already told my kids. My mama told me she's gonna be here to 98. I already told her something happened to her before then. I don't mess with her body. I'm coming because I have Jesus Christ on the inside of me. He said, with his name, we can raise the dead. She said she wasn't going away to 98. Now I told her if she walked to the light, I don't got nothing to do with that. If she decides to go, but I'm gonna go to get her up. But so with that, we need things. We can't be stressed out about things that we literally have control of. We do have control of it. We are speaking beings where we actually manifest everything that's around us. You are living in a world that you manifested. And so, with that, it is up to you that you speak the things that you want to see. You walk out the things in life that you want. So, you have to focus on the goodness that's around you. And so when people think they're going to come to me, you think you're going to probably the cat on here saw my name. I'm going to talk about money and I'm going to tell you, you need to budget, you need to save, you need to make more income. Yes. But all that has to be a change in your mind before it ever becomes reality. You need a plan. But if you don't have the people around you that thinks different, talk different around money, or you're refusing to actually talk about money, then that leaves you in a place where you're not your true self, first of all, because you're hiding things that you should be talking about, that you can get help for, but you decided, okay, I want to hide this piece of me. Be true to you. I truly believe like everything that I've done, I've spent on, that I went in debt for, oh, I had fun doing it. I wasn't trying to like, if you're going to do debt, it's almost like doing drugs. If you're going to do drugs, then do drugs. Now, I ain't saying do drugs, okay? I ain't saying that, but you going to have, but if you're going to do it, then do it. Just like, when we was out in the world, we
We was
weren't
doing
going out in
it.
the world to not have fun.
That's right.
We
You
was doing
had
it.
fun. Yeah. So you've done all that. Now, if you're in this space now where okay, I need things to change, I want fun on a different level. Because I'm going to tell you, one of the things that I thought was going to be like, I know I made it. I want to buy drinks for everybody at the bar. I don't know why I thought that, but that was my thing. I wanted to buy drinks for everybody. That's when I know, okay, I got some money, because I want everybody to have a good time. Now, my thing is, I want to give a car to somebody that needs it. I want to help somebody with their house payment that might lose it. I want to alleviate some stress for other people when it comes around money. And you got to know where to put your money at to be able to do that. And so you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to the money. You got to actually have a conversation with your money. And that's going to be the assignment that I actually give you all. And I'm going to tell you what happened when I had the conversation with mine. For me, it was my money. I sat down with you, and this is like really like your money is energy. Money is like energy. It moves. It's currency. It is supposed to move in and out and everything. So you can literally have a conversation with your money. And for me, I sat down with my money. My mom was like, "Oh, I don't think you like us, like because you don't pay attention to us." Because I was one of them girls like if I got a card, I believe I got faith. When I swipe this card, it's going to be there. I live that way in faith. Was that a good way? Now, the faith was good, but it was the not paying attention was not good. And so my money was telling me, and you attract what you put out. And so you need to talk to your money. You need to pay attention to your money. And that does not mean you're going to go fall in love with money. I don't want y'all to think that part of it. It has nothing to do with falling in love with money, but it's also understanding the importance, the how money flows to you. And so you have to be in a position where money flows back to you as you are a giver. The scripture says we give, and we should expect to receive. And so you have to be in a place where you expect to receive. So we got to stop hiding things that we feel like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. Part of self-care is dealing with the ugly side of the things that go on in our houses, in what we do. All of that is considered self-care because your mind is what is really dictates what goes on in your body, and our words actually creates the things that are around us. So we have to have that self-care when it comes to around our financial well-being. And so I do have an acronym for you. So if you got a pen and paper, you on here, you got a pen and paper. But again, wealth starts here. You got to get your mind right, and you need to go back and kind of not settle in it. I love how Dr. Toshiba actually said, she made a mention like, don't go back to the past to relive what was going on. Because I talk to my girls all the time about triggers. Like, why is that button there? That's what we got to figure out. Nothing can be triggered unless there's a button to be triggered. So let's figure out what the button is. And sometimes it goes around our finances.
I can
And
attest to that, honestly, not to interrupt, but
go ahead.
I'm going to be transparent. And we're on here as sisters and brothers, if any brothers are on here, to be transparent and honest. And that's why we're on Zoom right now, because I'm literally on bed rest. You all would not have known that if I didn't tell you that. But I'm on bed rest because even though I teach things, I was being hard headed for 2 weeks saying, I can get this done. I can get this done. I could get this done. And you know what happened? Because I was being hard headed for those 2 weeks and not self-loving me and doing self-care for me, I'm in the bed. Look, see, y'all believe me? I'm in the bed. Okay. I'm in the bed. And that's what happened. So thank you, Dr. Rhonda, for saying that, because it does do something to your body. And being in mindful meditation, those things will show up. It'll say, oh, those not your allergies, or you don't have a migraine because you need medicine, or you had stressful day at work. You got a migraine because of all the other stuff that's racing in your head that you haven't gotten out yet.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead, doctor. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
that is so true. That is nope. That was great, because it is a lot of the stuff that shows up in our body is because of what's in our head. That was one of the reasons why I started Reiki. I'm actually a partaker of Reiki. I don't do it, but I started because things that was in my head started showing up in my back, and I knew I hadn't lifted anything. And so same thing is, if you've been dealing with an illness for a long time, like, check everything around you. Like, what have you been thinking about? Is it money? Is it that you're not living the lifestyle that you want to live? Do you need to look at your finances and make sure your finances are where they supposed to be? Or you already know my finances ain't there and I need help. And so,
is your house cluttered? Is your bedroom clean before you go to bed? Are you clean before you go to bed? Are you making sure
don't get
your
in my bed
children
with your
are
outside
clean?
germs and energy.
And
Don't bring
don't come
your
in my
outside in my bed, because all
and
that
don't
stuff
bring your
affects your
outside
thoughts.
shoes. That's right. And don't bring your outside shoes in my house. Come on now. Let's talk to the people. Let's
Because
talk to the people.
you bringing it in, and all that stuff is surrounding you when you sleep. All
Yeah.
that stuff is in your head when you can't sleep. Go ahead, finish, because I get started. Go, do you, baby?
don't you do it? Can y'all still see me?
There you go.
I'm back.
You're there.
I'm not. I can't. Okay, I can't see that I'm back, but I'm glad I'm back. Okay,
Yes,
so
you're back.
I'm okay. So with financial care, if you have a pen and paper, I always use this acronym to get people started. Oh, my computer about to die too. To get people started, and it's MOVE, MOVE, because nothing happens until we move. The M stands for making a decision. You have to make a decision that you want something different. Even when it comes to your finances, it comes to self-care, self-love, self-discovery. Every day we have to wake up and make a decision. The O is for owning your results and owning your truth. We are where we're at because of the things that we've done in our lives. We got to own our results. Our finances are where they're at because we made decisions either to not pay attention to it, to overspend, And some of our finances might be great, but you made a decision to get there. So you can own that truth. The V is visualization. You got to know where you want to go to. Because a lot of times we're just walking through this world. We're going day by day, waking up, going to work. We drive the same way to work. We don't pay attention to anything that's around us because we're just moving. We're just floating through the world. We are not supposed to float through the world. We are actually supposed to be helping and changing other people through the world. So you need to visualize where you want to go. Visualize how much money you want. Visualize what does that perfect life looks like for you. You need to be able to see that, because once you see it, things are done twice, one in your head and one out in reality. So, but you have to see it. And E is being expectation. You got to expect that what you want, you actually can get. Like for some of us, with the expectation, it's like, I want $100,000, but I don't see how I'm gonna do it. But if someone else has done it, you can do it too. Because one thing about it is God is not a respecter of person. And so you can get whatever you want, but if you believe in angels, your angels don't work in confusion. Like you can't want something one day and all of a sudden you think, oh, I don't see me getting it. So now so your angel, you're confusing God, the universe, the angels, everybody's getting confused. All you need to do is make a decision. Make a decision and move into where you're supposed to be, your true self, because your true self is waiting on you to show up. And so now it is my time. That is the end of my time. So I am going to introduce our next speaker. Next speaker is Miss Tamara Brown. She left something off on here. And I'm gonna read, but she did leave something off, and she knows exactly what I'm gonna say. Somebody mute her. If somebody can mute her, mute her.
I'm gonna mute.
First of all, she's a unicorn. If y'all didn't know that, She's a certified holistic health specialist and master formulator who began her journey with a deep commitment to skincare formulation, driven by the desire to create natural, nurturing solutions for women. Her passion for formulating products that enhance and heal the skin grew into a greater mission to support the holistic wellness in every aspect of their lives. This foundation is natural skincare inspired to embrace a broader view of wellness, one that prioritizes the mind, body, and spirit in harmony. Through years of experience and research, Tamara developed a holistic approach that focuses on meaningful self-care practices beyond skincare routines. As the author of Embracing Your Essence Holistic Self-Care Strategies for the Modern Woman and its companion journal, Tamara shares her vision for life rooted in self-compassion and intentional living, helping women create balance, resilience, and authenticity in their daily lives. Tamara's mission is to inspire women to honor their needs, prioritize their well-being, and embrace self-care as a journey toward empowerment. Her work is dedicated to guiding women in reconnecting with their essence, building self-care practices that align with their values, and living life with confidence and purpose. And I am going to pass the mic on to Miss Tamara Brown. If you all can give it up for her.
Hey, y'all. Hey. Ooh, I sound so good when somebody else read about me. Ooh, I'm that girl. No, all jokes aside, it's hard to follow you guys up. You guys are like super amazing. I just want to, first of all, thank you guys for joining me on this conference and sharing your expertise in your industry about different forms of healthcare. Lord Jesus, self-care. I just said the word so much. Because like you said, Dr. Toshiba said it, you said it. Self-care is not just going to get your hair done, to get your nails done. It's none of that. It's really none of that. Those are things that you should do. If you wear nails, you got to get them maintenance, right? Just like she said about the car. Last year, I still had the store last year, and I want to say it was last year, May. I started on a different journey because those who close to me know that I'm a perfectionist, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a great thing because I feel like if it has my name on it, it has to be perfect. It's a bad thing because nothing is ever perfect. So that causes a lot of stress. And I suffered from insomnia. So I had anxiety medication. I had blood pressure medication, suffered from migraines, body aches, pains, but I still worked. I still ran that store. I still took care of my clients, but I knew eventually something had to change. It had to change because when I was going down, it was being reflected in my household. Because I am with my children all the time, they could feel it. My baby boy is an empath. He feels everybody's feelings so deeply. So I could be having a pretty good day, but he would feel what I was feeling on the inside. And he would come to me and he'd be like, Mom, are you stressed today? And as a mom, you don't want your kids to know you're stressed. Our kids think that we like filthy, dirty rich because it's none of their business. It's really none of their business. And that's a double-edged sword because they live in a fantasy world, but they're children right now. But to say that they could sense what was going on, I knew something had to be different. And I started doing a lot of meditation. I started talking to Dr. Boyd. I started talking to Dr. Morris. And it put me on that path of basically self-discovery. And I started journaling. I started meditating. I started studying other ancient rituals outside of just the practice that I was taught growing up, which was take it to God in prayer. Well, without works, none of that works. You have to do something. You have to do something. You can't just get on your knees and pray and expect everything to go okay. You have to be able to do something, no matter what that is. So for me, it was turning internal. And I say all that to say, when I started journaling and I started writing, it was free form. I did a lot of shadow work. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that's a lot of that. I wanted to know answers to the questions that I had. And not that I revisit past situations because I feel like, yes, that made me who I am, but I'm so far removed from that now. But certain questions that I needed answered had to take me back. I had to go back to find out why I had these questions. And I had to go back to find the answers. And sometimes a lot of shadow work gets you to unravel some of those things that you don't even know affected your life that happened. You thought it was just, oh, a normal occurrence or something I went through, something I've been through. And you thought it was over with because you didn't have a scar, where all scars can't be seen. You know that. You're thinking about a physical scar, a cut, a scab, or something, but some scars are not visible. And some of those things have to be revisited because you didn't even know. How many times have you been walking and you go to get in the shower or something and you see a bruise and you're like, well, how did I get that? You have no idea where that bruise came from. So as you move through life, you get to a point where you have a question and you like, well, why am I like this? Because you never noticed it, that it happened way back there, but now you're asking the questions. And for me, I had some questions, so I had to do some work. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Can I say, oh my God, I am 100% healed and I am just stress free? No, that's not it. But going through that, being able to start seeing and going back and talking to the little girl Tamara, the teenage Tamara, doing that helped me decipher on what I need to do to move forward. So now I can get real. Exactly. You can't fix what you aren't aware of. There you go. Um, Now that I have an idea, I'm able to take a moment. Instead of responding when I'm mad, let me take a moment. Let me take a couple of deep breaths and really think, one, is the argument worth it? Because some arguments are not worth it. They're just not. Why? Just because I'm right don't mean I have to argue my point. If I know I'm right, that's all I need to know. At the end of the day, that's all I need to know for me. And so it took me in a place where I felt like I was being selfish. I felt like I was going to be isolating everybody. And then the mindset. I wasn't isolating anybody. The only person I was hurting was myself because I wasn't me. Once, like she said, I lost myself 21 years ago. When I got pregnant with Ashard, I was 21, about to be 22. Once I got that mom title, everything prior to that was null and void. You can't do none of that no more. You got a whole child over there. You got to try to survive to feed this human you have brought into the world who knows absolutely nothing. Years pass, times change, more children, you still wearing that hat. Then you go off to work. So now whatever your job title is, mine was a store manager. So I'm mom, wife, store manager, daughter, sister, niece. I'm all of these things. I am still all of these things. But one thing I learned is that none of those titles matter if I don't matter. If Tamara Brown alone, as she stands as the individual, don't matter, none of those other things matter because I don't have the energy for that because I'm all jacked up over here. I'm all tore up. And I know we get lost in the sauce. So, yes, I can honestly sit before you and say, I have been married for 16 years. I have been a mom for 21 years, and I was lost. I was lost. And I'm still finding my way. But there's things that I've learned and discovered that I don't have to sacrifice for. I don't have to give up for. I don't have to not do those things that made me me to begin with. Those things about me that caused my husband to marry me are the same things that I need to be doing now that I thought I didn't no longer had to do because I'm married now. That's called that comfort. That's no, we gonna change it up a little bit. Okay. We gonna have a conversation. The stuff that you did in the beginning, you still have to do those things. It shouldn't change. Why? Yes, you're going to grow and develop. You're supposed to evolve. That's what we're here to do, to evolve, right? However, you still can't lose who you truly are. And like she said, a lot of us don't know what our essence is. You don't know because you've been in this role for so long. You have no idea. I had no idea. And I'm not saying all of you don't know, but I'm saying a lot of us don't know who our true who are you? That's the hardest question that I ever had to answer at an interview, at a business meeting. And that's good. You're learning to do it.
Yeah.
And that when they ask you, tell me about yourself, the first thing I say is, oh, I'm a mom, I'm a business owner, I'm a wife. That ain't nothing about me. That's just who I am to other people. That's really it. But who am I? So back to the journey. As I was going and I was writing in my journal and doing all these things, prompts started to come to my head. And when I say prompts, it was certain questions and certain things I would think about that would get me to answer a certain question about myself, to dive deeper in to myself outside of everybody else. I learned that no, and I know this is a lot of your cognitive dissonance is going to like shut your mind down when I say this. So I'm asking you to push through when I say this. My children are not the most important thing in my life. They are not. They are on that top list of priorities. But now, the most important person in my life is myself. Period. Hands down. Me. I am going to, when I wake up in the morning, I do my routine, my rituals, and the first thing I do is I thank me for being me. I thank me for taking the time to love me. Because if I don't take the time, nobody in this world is going to love Tamara like Tamara. Nobody is going to love any of y'all as much as you love yourself. Period. It's not going to happen. It's not. People will say, oh, I know you. You even have your closest relatives, your closest friends be like, well, I know you. No, you know a part of me because nobody knows 100% of you because that ego that's in your head that says things that you would never say out loud, nobody knows that. Nobody knows that but you, God, universe, creator, whichever one you desire to call it. Nobody knows that but you. So nobody can say that they truly truly 100% know you and can honestly speak for you. They know of you, they know parts of you, but no one would not even your mother, okay? Not even your mother.
Nope.
Not at all. And to know that and to start changing and doing things differently, not gonna lie, when I started to think differently and change differently, I was nervous because I knew certain things that I was going to change was not going to be perceived well. And it was not going to be perceived well because I decided I wasn't going to worry about how somebody else felt about what I did to make myself feel good. Because this ain't about you, this is about me. It's called self-care, me, the self in here. Not about how if I decided something I would normally say yes to, I decided to say no. So now you big mad. How you, I say this all the time, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all on here will agree. And I say it a lot more now because the more you say something out loud and the more you think it, it goes back to that mindset, the more you are intentional about it.
Yes.
How somebody feels about me is none of my business.
That's right.
That is none of my business. You can hate me. You can like me. You can love me. You can do all these things. How you feel about me is literally none of my business. Why? Because how you feel about me, I can't do nothing about because I can't control you. The only person I can control is me, my mind, my thoughts, and my heart. So if I feel like I've done everything to be a good person to you or to do XYZ elemental P, I'm good with me. My actions made me okay with me. My actions was my way of self-caring and self-loving. That was for me, not for you. You can't live for everybody. You can't do it. It's impossible. And you're not supposed to. You become, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this. And then somebody's going to feel neglected. Somebody's going to be pissed off. Somebody's going to feel like you doing something else. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing that. 2025 is coming and it's a new year. I don't ever talk politics or anything because everybody have their own view. But besides the election and the things that just happened, we are about to step into a new era. And not because of our president. I don't know how many of you on here are practicing a religion, spirituality, or whatever. Whatever modality that you do, you should be knowing that we are stepping into spiritual warfare. And if you're not taking care of yourself, you are not going to be war ready. Okay. You're not going to be war ready. If you don't know who you are, where you're going, and what you're doing, and who you're supposed to touch or your purpose, you're not ready. But we here to get you ready, though. We gonna get you ready, even if it's holding your hand. The same way I am about skincare is the same way I am about the whole self-love, self-care, wellness journey. Yes, skincare is my baby. That is my first passion. That is my first heart. I can do it with my eyes closed now. But when I started thinking about actually the skincare and making it, I was like, okay, I want stuff that's going to heal, protect, prevent, and nourish. Okay, then once I did that, then what else you got, Tamara? Because you can't, what else you gonna do? Then it was, okay, self-care is skincare.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to rethink about that too, because guess what? It's only self-care if you're doing it in a mindful practice, if you're doing it in an intentional practice and not
There you
habit.
go.
Like she said, when I get out the tub, y'all, listen, I'm a bath girl. I take a bath every day. I take a shower maybe twice a year, and I ain't gonna even lie to you. My kids pick at me and be like, Mama, it don't take all that. And I'm like, it don't take all that for you, but it takes all of that for me. When I get out that shower, I sit on that bed. I know I am sitting on the side of my bed for about 30 minutes because I'm going to get that butter and I'm going to rub my feet and I want to feel it soak into my skin. I want to feel it. I don't go left with the statement, okay? I love touching me. My skin is great, baby. I love the way I feel. You
That's
might
right.
find me just rubbing on my doggone self at any moment in time. I mean, because I love me. So I want to take that time. When I get out the tub and I finish using my products, because I'm a product of my product, baby, you can't tell me I ain't the sexiest thing since sliced bread, baby. You can't tell me that. So then I started thinking I can sell all the skincare in the world to everybody in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're still eating wrong, it's going to show through your skin. If you still stressed, it's going to show through your skin. If you still having any kind of mental blockage, it's going to show through your skin in the form of acne, bumps. It's going to show, because what is in is going to always come out, either out your mouth, through your skin, whatever is going to show. Since I deal with skincare, I know that whatever is going in is going to show up in your skin. Even if it's not food, it don't have to be food. Like I said, negative thoughts impact your skin. And I know you're like, well, how is that? Because if you constantly thinking negative and you constantly stressed out, then a couple of days you might end up with a pimple. You might
Mm-hmm.
end up with a rash. When my son got ready to leave to go to North Carolina for school, my babies have never been away from me longer than 3 nights. I broke out in hives all over because of what was on the inside. That was my, I felt like my child was being ripped from me. I didn't care how old he was. That's my baby. What are you talking about? He gone. Well said, if you're not okay for yourself, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's right.
So when when he left, I was hurt. And it's like I said, it came out through my skin, but other stuff happened. So I'm on this journey starting last year. I'm writing these prompts down. And about 8.5, 9 months ago, I got a download. At least that's what I'm going to call it. Some people say God spoke to me, whatever you call it.
Download.
Because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of stuff that we say be the same stuff. We just say it in
Mm-hmm.
different ways. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me say that. Um, and in that, I was like, I want to do more. I know I'm not the only person out there. I know I'm not the only woman who has gotten lost in her family. I know I'm not the only woman who has gotten lost in her roles. I used to be fun. And it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago, my sister said something to me, and it was spot on because it made perfect sense for what I'm about to tell and show you guys. And she was like, I forgot how fun you used to be as a
Right.
sister. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot how much fun you used to have as a person, because
Yes.
I felt like you can't do that stuff anymore. You can't go. You got to know. You just got to work. You got to stay home with the children. And you got to be a good wife and a good daughter and all these things. Man, no, the heck I don't. And that's not the word I want to use, but I'm being politically correct. No, I don't. If I get up in the morning and I don't feel like doing it, I don't have to do it. The only thing I gotta do is make sure maternity and they go to school. But now they at the age you can feed yourself and you catch the bus if I don't want to take you. So no, I really don't. I do not. I don't. I don't have to argue. I don't have to fuss. I don't have to yell. I don't even have to answer my phone if I don't want to. I don't. Will it affect other things? Yes, it will, because I have a business. So I have to answer the phone. So I answer the phone from 8 to 5. So sometimes people know that I'm always up and they can call me 10, 11 o'clock because I'm always up. But sometimes I don't answer that phone. And I don't want you to call me and be like, oh, why you didn't answer the phone? If you calling me about business, then business hours over at 5 o'clock. I'd be answering as a courtesy.
Absolutely.
Let's be clear. Okay? Because I'm human too. I gotta rest. Rest is important. Rest is a form of self-love, self-care. You gotta rest. Lay your behind down and go to sleep. Now, that is one thing Warren tells me all the time. If you don't lay down, but in my mind, because of what he does and what he do, in my mind, I'm like, how can I sit there and lay down and rest when I know that you have bust your behind for 16 hours today? How can I do that? How can I just lay around knowing I done been in the house all day? You know, I don't have a store anymore, so I'm home and I'm working from home on a workshop. How can I do that? But let me tell you something. I bet the next time he tell me to lay down, I'm gonna go lay down.
Mm.
I bet you the next time he tell me to go and do something, I'm gonna do it. But then again, he ain't gonna have to tell me to do it, because when I want to lay down, I'm gonna lay my behind down. And again, them is not the words I want to use, but I'm being politically correct tonight because most of y'all on here know me and know that I can say some words. But we're not gonna do that tonight. You know what I'm saying? So read between the lines. We not. I'm not doing it. You're right. Definitely walking testimonies. So I did a thing, and the conference was for me and for you guys. It was for you guys to hear all of this beautiful, wonderful things and to drop some gems because this is not going to be the last one we do. This won't be the last one. I guarantee it won't be the last. But it was also for me.
Yes.
Because I did something for you guys, and that was I took all of the things and all of my prompts and everything that got me to this place, and I wrote a book.
Woo-hoo.
You know how you do something like all I started Jax, I opened stores, I ran my store. I would say I'm way more successful than I was when I started. But nothing has made me more proud other than having my kids that I feel today with this book in my hand. I felt proud when I opened Jax, but this right here, when I say God, universe, me, we did this one. This one is, we did our big one with this. This is the most number one thing I am proud of in life, like I said, other than my children. This book literally has everything we talked about, y'all. It does. It has about being your own best friend. It has a whole section about just loving you. Like how do you love yourself? If you ever wanted to know how to do these things, it is literally all in here. And it ain't boring because I like to read. So I don't read boring stuff because I know stuff don't hold y'all attention. And I know I have some people that's like, oh, I don't really read a book. You don't have to read this like a regular book and read it all the way through.
No.
What you do is you go to the table of contents and you pick something and you read a chapter. Ta-da! There you go. But if you don't want to do that, your girl got your back because after I wrote the book, got another download. And I wrote the 365-day journal. Yes, it's big. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. It's big. Why? Because it's 365 days, 12
Right.
months, and 52 weeks.
That's
Okay?
right.
Every day you need to pick this up. Every day. You get this, you pick it up. It has instructions on, well, I would say suggestions on how to use it, right? So every month, and I'm gonna show y'all February, and I'm picking February because that's my birthday month. That is the best month of the year. This is February in the journal. And I don't know if you can see it because my lighting is sucky, but this is February. February is the month all dedicated to self-love. That's it.
Yeah.
So you have your monthly overview page, and y'all can't see it. Okay, there you go. You have your monthly overview page. Then you have your week 1 in February, and then you have your daily pages for week 1 behind it. So basically, the thought process is at the beginning of February, there are prompts in there. There's also book references in the journal for you to refer back to the book. So if you don't know or have a question, it's in the book. You set your goals for the month. And these are not, this is not a planner. Let me make that clear. It's not a planner. Your school schedule, your churn soccer ball schedule, your expense budget, all those things is not in there. This is nothing but you. All about you. Nothing but you. The inside of you. Not the stuff that's going on the outside, not the doctor's appointments, the car maintenance, and all the type. None of that. None of that's in there. None of it. It's not. No, it's none of that. It's not even a. It's not even a space for it. How about that? It's not on your monthly pages. You saw that little box with the other little boxes. Guess what that's for? That's your habit tracker because I gave you habits. I gave you mindful habits to practice because it takes 30 days to pick up a new habit. 30 days. It takes 30 days to pick up a new habit. So guess what? You have 12 months. So that means you have 12 opportunities to pick up 12 mindful, meaningful habits, self-care practices. It talks about the financial aspect. It talks about how you eat nutritious. It talks about your skincare. It covers everything. It talks about nurturing healthy relationships, detoxing your life, not just detoxing your skin or detoxing your
Mhm.
inners, detoxing your life. Get rid of some of them nagging behind people. Bye. Exit
Okay.
stage left over there.
Okay. The
And it's
door is
and it's
wide
okay.
open.
It is perfectly okay. Why is it okay? What's that first word? Self.
Self.
Self. Of course, we are all humans, and humans have to be connected. We thrive on connection. You have to be connected. Now, when you start to do your self-discovery and know your self-love and embrace your essence, hence the name for the book and the journal, okay? Some people ain't gonna align with that. They're not gonna align with that. They're not gonna do it. They're not
They
gonna
don't
do
want
it.
to do the work.
They don't want to do the
Let's
work.
just be honest. A lot of people
They
don't
don't.
want to do the work. Everything is a
Hand fed,
microwavable thing. They want it
microwavable,
instantly. No, it's not
microwavable
instant anymore. God is calling us to work now.
work.
He's done enough work. And in the Bible, if you actually study it to show thyself approved, it says, my grace will not last
Mm,
always. So at this point in your life, if you're praying and you're leaving things at the feet of Jesus, you leave it there. Because if you don't leave it there, guess what's going to happen? Everything Dr. Rhonda spoke about and everything Miss Tamara is talking about is going to start evolving around you
and it's gonna
over
get
and over
worse.
again. And then you're going to be like the Israelites in the wilderness. And you're going
What
to wonder why
happened?
you never made
Somebody
it to the
come
promised
save
land.
me. Looking for
Okay.
somebody to come save you when the person that can
Okay.
save you is you. You can
We
save
don't have time
yourself.
for
I
that no
promise you can
more.
save yourself.
That's right. We got too many fakes and phonies out here. We don't have time to be waiting on nobody. God
Nobody.
says, get yourself in order. Get yourself in order now.
Oh,
That's
right,
right.
Latricia.
Accountability with
Accountability.
yourself. That's
Hold
right.
yourself accountable. And guess
And get
what?
you a
That's in
village.
the book. It's y'all, I'm
That's
telling y'all.
right.
I tried to be as thorough as possible. I tried to touch on every topic, every single topic. Like I said, it's 365 days. It is November. There is no dates to worry about. So you get it
Whenever.
now. And guess what? You can start now. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. You have somebody in your family that may can benefit from it. Great Christmas present. Oh, and it's gonna come wrap. It's gonna come wrap because y'all know I'm extra like that. So you get the bundle. So everybody who is online right now,
Yeah.
who signed up for the conference, you
Yeah.
get the bundle for $54.99 today and tomorrow. Just $54.99 for both. You get both.
You
And it's
get
gonna
both.
be bundled, and it's gonna have a pretty bow, and it's gonna have a note from me, and it's gonna come in a pretty box because y'all know I like pretty things. Even though I am the most non-girliest girl on the planet, you see me on a regular basis, and I got a ponytail, a hoodie, and some jeans on. That ain't me. Don't let this fool you, because if you see the bottom half, you be like, "Girl, for real." Now, when I put my stuff on, now I put my stuff on, but we don't do that every day. You know what I mean? We don't do that every day. The book alone is 19. If you buy them separately, of course, it'll be more. The book itself is 19.99, and the planner is 39.99. I don't know anybody's budget or whatever. Like, we have Afterpay, we have different payment options, but it's best to get them together. They work best together. But I get it. You can only get the book. Get the book. Get a sheet of note paper and write that stuff down,
They're
or
asking how
do
to,
do whatever work.
they need to know how to order. People in the chat.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's on the website. It will be on the website as soon as this is over. I am going to click the button and make it live.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even tell y'all, but it's been on the website for 4 weeks now. Four. You know how? First of all, let's go back. It took me 8 months to do this project. Okay. Do you know how long I had to keep? I'm not usually a secret keeper, but what I'm trying to learn to do is when I get ready to move, shut the hell up. Shut up.
I don't need to
Because
know.
I tell it, I'm like, ooh, this
Mm-mm.
idea. But then I learned, I had to ask myself, why do you keep doing that? Because you need confirmation from somebody else that this is a good idea. You already confirmed it. You already
Codependency.
said it. You already said it was a good idea, so just do it.
Yeah.
Now
I'm
you're making
enough.
yourself
My opinion is
codependent.
enough. My
Mm-hmm.
opinion is
That's right.
enough. My
That's right.
opinion is enough. I am trying to, like I said, I'm not perfect, and it's going to, you're supposed to always work. You're never supposed to stop working.
That's right.
So my goal for now going forward is to stand in my greatness and accept my greatness. Cause I'm dope as hell if y'all ain't know.
She's
I'm
a
probably not supposed to
unicorn
say that like that, but yeah, I'm gonna say it like that. Yeah, I'm dope.
because you're a unicorn.
Yeah, that
Yes.
all that too, thebomb.com, I ain't perfect. I make mistakes. I'll be in the lab and I didn't burn up. Y'all, I like to burn my damn house down the other day. But that's another story for another time. I mess up too. I do mess up. But for the most part, I ain't met nobody that can do what I do. People like, oh yeah, they do what you do. No, they don't.
Yeah, they
Nobody
don't.
does what I do. You can be in the same industry, but you ain't no
Mm-hmm.
Tamara Brown. You're not.
Right. Correct.
You're not. Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
know that sounds very cocky based on what your
Mm-hmm.
mind is going to tell you, but it's
Yeah.
not. Because if you know me, I have always been super humble. Like, well, I could have. No,
And
no,
that humble makes people not step into their greatness. There's a
right.
lot
Yes.
of people on here that won't step into their greatness because they think they being
And
humble.
there's some great
Every
people on
every
here because I've
last
been looking at the people on here. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
every last woman on here
It's
has
dope.
greatness and they are
Yes.
dope. And you got to tell yourself that. That's that self-love.
That's
Is if
it.
you can say yourself, I'm dope as hell.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in the alternative medicine, holistic wellness field. I do it all, but can't nobody do it like me.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And everybody does not do the same thing that I do and the way that I do it. And
Nope.
I don't expect them to. And
Yeah.
No.
if they do, I know that they copy because there's certain things that I do that only me and God put
Invented.
together.
Yep.
Exactly.
So
But
like even with
even if
Dr.
they copy,
Rhonda,
it's still not gonna be the
right,
same. That
it's not
copy
going
and
to be the
paste don't
same.
work. It ain't like a
Nope.
computer. That copy and paste do not work. I can give you
Yep.
the formula, but
Yep.
baby, you
It's
can't
Mm-hmm.
like
whip that junk like I whip it.
Nope.
nope.
You can't. People bought into me before they
Mm-hmm.
bought into my product. And that's not the way I thought business was gonna go. I wanted my kids to be the face. I want to be in the background. I want to be in the background. No, like if we wasn't doing Zoom and I had to do this live face to face where I could like you was in the room with me, oh my God, I would be spazzing out. Anybody who know me know I am naturally shy. Like
Yeah.
1000%. I know that might be alarming to some. I know. But people who truly, truly know that part of me, I ain't gonna say that know me. I'd be so nervous, child. Oh my God. Ooh, stomach start bubbling. I'm like, I had already went to the bathroom, but I got to go again. Lord Jesus, it be that way. So step into your greatness, man.
Yeah.
And the book is going to help you. Like I said, the set is $54.99. The book alone is $19.99. The journal is $39.99. And y'all, I'm legit. Y'all know I ain't gonna come out with that name. Look at the back of that book. Look at that thing. You see it?
I think
You see it? Ooh, I got one by my bed. I got one by my bed. Yep. I'm gonna brag on me. Like this one, the same way I break this, I birthed this. I carried it just like I carried a child. 8, 9 months. Yep.
and what's
He's
so beautiful about all of this that she
dope.
is talking about, and she has put so much work into this, is the three of us that are on here, Dr. Rhonda, Tamara, and myself, we all can help you, even if you have some misunderstandings about the book. We are all able to help you break it down. Like if you go to Dr. Rhonda, she might be that perfect person you've been looking for to find out how to build and create wealth and abundance. You might have been to 1,000 different conferences and heard 1,000 different people, but for some reason, she resonates with you more because why? She's real and down to earth, and she tell you the real. It's no book. It's no. I'm reading you a script. It's I done lived this life. This is what I have learned. This is what God has put in my heart to share with the people because I'm not going to play with God and I'm not going to play with God's people. And that's how all three of us are on here.
Mm-hmm.
So know that when you get this book in your hand, you are getting a Holy Spirit led book. Okay. And you have two other people that can help you and give you assistance that you need, including calling her. She does not mind.
Yeah, but
Now,
after
you might
5 o'clock,
not get
I
an
may
answer,
not
but if
answer
you
because I'm on
text
that.
her,
Yeah, there you go.
you
I'm just
text
playing.
her, you get a faster response. That's the
Yes.
same with me too. You text me, you get a faster response because we
Me
always
too.
working.
Me too.
Dr. Rhonda too. So,
Me too.
but yes, this is a beautiful thing. So you have a correspondence to not only a book, a workbook, but you have Dr. Rhonda and you have myself. And then you also have other sisters and brothers who believe and who resonate with everything that we're saying on this Zoom live tonight. We are not doing this because I'm going to just be honest, and I have proof, permission to do this. None of us want to be on here tonight. You think we want to be on here doing this? You think we ask God for this calling? You think we ask God to pour all this stuff on us along with everything else we have? Like me, for example, lupus, rheumatoid, fibromyalgia, sciatica, anxiety, depression. You think
Because
all
didn't
of
I
this will
say
throw
this
me
self
in a
care
frenzy?
Sunday? This is the day I usually be in my groove.
Exactly. But you would think all of that would throw us in a frenzy.
Nah, shouting.
Why is it not throwing us in a frenzy? Because we are in alignment with what God has us to do. He says, in your weakness, you will be able to boast that He gave you the strength to do what it is that you must do for His kingdom, for you to be able to hear, job well done. And I'm
Okay.
gonna leave it alone because y'all gonna get me to preaching, and I don't want to start tonight. Yeah, we had enough church today, and that's why I'm exhausted now. So I'm gonna leave it alone. But y'all, please remember that y'all all, keep God first, keep the Almighty first, keep Jehovah Jireh first, keep Jehovah Jireh first, keep whatever He is to you, keep Him first. I'm telling you, that mind that when you lose your mind, you lose everything.
Everything. And you're
I
no
had
good
to
to
say it that
nobody
way.
else. You're no
The
good to
Holy
nobody
Spirit hit
else.
me and said to say it that way. When you lose your mind, you lose everything. And let me tell you something real quick. Remember back in the day when they had testimony services in church? And we used to think, oh, she's standing up saying the same thing every Sunday. Thank God I'm in my right mind. Well, you know what? Now that we're adults, I
I
totally
know.
understand, overstand, and understand
Understand.
exactly what that means.
Yeah.
Because when your mind is not right, and the
Nothing else is
adversary
right.
gets in that mind and you have too much stuff going on, you got too many people in your ears because you listen to this person and that person and that person over here and that person, you're going to drive yourself crazy. And guess what? Now your self-discovery, your self-love, and your self-care is all gone thrown out the window because now you are nothing.
Oh, look what she
And that's
said.
how it really
She
is.
said,
You are nothing.
practice what you want to become.
That's right.
Manifestation.
Live it out. Live it out.
Manifestation. Speak it. Speak it. How many times do you
And
sit there and have
mhm,
a negative thought? And sometimes you don't even know the thoughts
mhm,
are negative. You don't know that, but it's a
absolutely.
negative thought. Well, guess what happens? Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference.
Nope.
It doesn't know the difference between a negative and a positive. So when you're
Nope.
thinking those things, you might as well speak them.
Yep.
You might
Because
as
it's
well say them
manifested.
because it's in your mind. But you have
Mhm.
to consciously, every time I think about something bad, now it's not all the time because sometimes, again, imperfect being, I'm going to spaz. Not as much. But when I have a negative thought, I think about what can I replace that thought with? What else can I tell? What else can I say? And make that a habit. I do a lot of journaling, a lot of journaling. And one thing that scared me was when I call it free form journaling. I'm pretty sure it's another technical term, but y'all know me. I'm just me. I don't that's not my field, so I don't know. But I was laying across my bed. I got my journal, I got my pen, and I just started writing. I was not thinking. I was just writing. I just let the pen write, which is kind of tricky and hard to do because your brain gonna want to think. So I allowed my brain to give me a path, and I just wrote. And when I felt like I was done, something else popped in my head, and then I just wrote. The hardest thing for me was going back to actually read it because it was like, so this is how you see yourself? Dang, you are so hard on yourself. Like the way I was talking about myself was like, I suck. Like I suck. Yeah. And then I had to ask myself, do you really suck though? Or are you being super critical? Or where are these thoughts coming from? Where are they coming from? And then that's when I had to go back, find out where the thoughts came from. I went to my high school homecoming and I haven't seen those people since I left school. And everybody was like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you in 25 years." Yes. Because for me it was, you never forget how a person make you feel, regardless. Regardless. And I know from the time I was in elementary school to the time I walked across that stage and graduated high school, there was things that people would say that stayed in my head. So for a long time, I didn't like my face because they said, "Oh, you got an old pie smushed in face. Oh, you got big lips." Well, guess what, baby? I love these lips. You just don't even know. And I'm pretty sure there's probably a million other people that's like, "Dang, I wish I had her lips." Because as soon as you don't like something about yourself, it's somebody else out there that's like, "Ooh, I wish I had that." Yeah. Big old face, big round face. Yep. So damn it, when I walk in the room, you know it's me because I'm the one with the big round face. But it took me a while to get those thoughts out of my head and start thinking differently, because even though other people were saying it, people say it for so long that when you start to look at yourself, it's kind of like you start to see what other people see, and that's not what you're supposed to do. You only supposed to see what you see, and that's it. Again, how you feel about me is none of my business. Say it again. It's none of your business. Mind the business that pay you. Like I say, drink your water, mind your business, and unbig your back. You know what I mean? Because that's what we supposed to do. Nope, he don't make no mistakes. Everybody's a masterpiece. They say it. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Y'all know y'all see them little babies and they not babying yet. We gonna say that. They not babying yet. What's the first thing you say? "Oh, that's so precious.
Oh,
Oh,
bless their
look
heart.
at them.
Bless his
Yeah,
heart.
bless his heart." Listen, okay? But at the same time, and I used to always wonder that this is totally left field, but I used to always wonder that, do people that I feel, see, change the way you think and talk, the people that I think is not very attractive, I wouldn't do they mama no no. You know what I'm saying? But that's my opinion of them. But that's none of their business because they live in their best life. That's just what I see. So I have made the book live because I'm going to let y'all go. I don't want to hold y'all too long because, again, everybody has to get ready for what's ahead for the next coming days. If you're a mom like me, kids got to get into bed, they got to wash, get the clothes out, do all the things. And like I said, I have not self-care today. So I'm going to comb, brush this hair back in the ponytail, wipe this stuff off my face, take all this stuff off, get in the tub and woosah. And I hope you guys do the same. But like I said, I don't know everybody's situation. You may be a totally healed person. You may have already embraced your essence. You may know exactly who you are and you don't need it, but I'm pretty sure you know somebody, some woman, somewhere. And yes, the name of the book is Embrace Your Essence. Holistic self-care for the modern woman. So I did not do men. Why? Because I'm not a man. I didn't make a book for men because I don't know what they need. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because I'm not one. So if you know a woman out there, holidays are coming, Christmas coming, great thing or whatever. But yeah, they're live and they will be at the introductory price today and tomorrow until midnight tomorrow night. Because I didn't want to have to give out a coupon code or anything like that. So I just put the price as is. Midnight tomorrow, it'll go back to being regular price. So
Samara, I'm gonna stop you because you just did something that mindful meditation teaches you not to do.
what I did, girl.
You just said, and I'm gonna do this because we all learning
Yeah,
together.
most deaf. Then I say I'm an
You
imperfect person, child
no 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 no.
charity.
You said this is not for men because I'm not a man, I am a woman. However, I'm about to blow you away, not blow your mind because that's a bad thing to say. I'm about to blow you away. I have 10 men already with no title in front of it. I'm going to just put it that way to be respectful of all persons because we believe in equality. already ready to purchase the book and the workbook. 10.
Wow.
And they are men. So please do not limit yourself and underestimate yourself, because men need the same love, self-care, self-discovery, and everything we just talked about. Because let me say something real quick, and I know she's ready to go, but being surrounded with nothing but men. I have four sons. I have a male dog. All my cousins are pretty much male. All my best friends are pretty much male. I'm just now getting into the woman realm. Okay. I'm just now getting into the sisterhood realm of being around some good sisters. But let me tell you this. They are, two of them are right here listening. And everything that we spoke about, they are saying they needed to hear this too, because males also need attention. They also need to have confidence. How can they be your husband or a boyfriend or a good supporter or protector to you if they don't have self-discovery, self-care, self-love? Your book is fantastic. Your workbook is fantastic for that. They can cue it in a way that's made for them as well. Okay, colors are
True.
universal now. Who
And
cares
it'll
that
also help them love on their wives and their
there you
moms and their
go.
sisters. I never thought
It's
about
better
it that way. I guess because
communication.
it says holistic woman,
No,
we have some
no.
men who don't like to tap into their
It
softer
implies
side.
better intimacy with relationships, because not
Child.
only will
Woo!
they realize themselves, they will realize the woman that they're with.
Don't step on no toes, friend. Don't do
So
it
no,
tonight.
it's
Don't
not
do
about
it tonight.
stepping on toes, but what did we say this was about? True and
Honesty.
authentic
Yeah,
healing and being your true, authentic selves. And if you
absolutely.
want your relationships, we talked about relationships. If you want your relationships to last, you have to come to a middle ground where you understand, understand, and overstand each other, so that when you are having disagreements, they're not arguments, fussing and fighting, and you go sleep on the couch or I'm leaving for the night. No, those days are over. This is a new season, a new time where we're showing our children love. We're showing our children what healthy households are. Okay, if it didn't make it to be a two-person household, a two-adult household, that's okay. You still have the opportunity to show your children the right way,
Yeah.
because the world is not doing it. And we have
No.
to stop depending on the world. It is time for what? Self work.
Right.
I'm going to add that as a fourth one.
Self work.
Self work. And my
And that's the
homework
first one.
assignment,
That's the first one,
yes,
sis, the for self
yes,
work, because you got
self
to
work.
work and then you have to step into the other three. So that's gonna be the
That's
first
right.
one. You got to put in work.
That's
But
right.
we did talk a lot about being moms and
Mm-hmm,
wives.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But for my single women who don't have
Yes.
children or who don't
Mm-hmm.
have a significant other in that capacity of a husband or whatever, this is your opportunity to find out
Yes.
exactly who you are. Because once you embrace that essence and once
Yeah.
you know who you know exactly who you're supposed to be with.
And
Exactly.
then you have boundaries. And then you don't
Exactly.
have to go through the rigmarole of, oh, my heart hurt. Oh, did
Yeah,
I
the
get
dating
it?
work. Because, baby, if
No,
I had to date now, oh
no.
my God, shoot
Oh,
me
I wouldn't
now.
do it.
Because, no,
Mm-mm,
I just wouldn't. We
mm-mm.
gonna go to what's the store? This is it on Two Notch Road or Lions Den. We gonna go there and we gonna make her do what it do. Cause I don't want to do that. Okay, I don't want to do that. I mean, nah, no. So I want to hit it right. You know what I'm saying? Hit it right. But for my single ladies, my younger ones, if you have,
Mhm.
I don't want to say young girls because like Kaylee's 12 and this book is a little too much advanced for her. But if you have that 17, 18,
Yeah,
19 year old or that child, that young lady about to go off to college, or even like you
yeah,
said, that young man about to go off to college,
yeah.
this would be something for them so they can not fall into some of the things we have fell into, being that we're now older or in our 40s or whatever the case may be. So it's I wish there was a way I could let y'all see it, because it's just that darn thorough. I promise you, it's that thorough. It is
They believe
just
you. They ready to
that
order.
thorough. It's up. I just finished. When you was talking, I was flipping through my screen. It is up. The price is set.
Yeah.
And I have them in stock, so there is not a pre-order, so you don't have to wait. I
Mhm.
have them, and I wish I could turn my laptop around, because I literally, because I love to see my stuff. I'm not gonna even lie. I got them all stacked up. I got them all bundled. I got the bundles bundling, and I got the singles singling. So they are ready to go. Get it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not have thousands of books in my house. Okay. I ordered a certain amount. I'm not going to say what that amount is, because by the time tomorrow midnight, I'm not going to have any in my house. So, but they will come. They will come. My publishers are bomb. They're super bomb, and they get them to me super fast. So I'm excited. I want to thank you all again for joining. Again, this will not be the last. It will not be the last. I promise it won't be the last. I can't tell you when or how often, but it won't be the last, because I do want to check in. I do want to check in. I
Mhm.
definitely want to check in, especially for those of you who's ordering and going to get. I do want to check in.
Yeah, we
And
definitely
yes, you
do.
can always call and ask questions. I want you to ask questions, because I
Please.
still have questions. So
Yeah.
I call on my friends and my sisters when I need something, when I'm going through, because again, we don't know everything, but you're supposed to surround yourself with people that can take you through it. You can't do it alone. You having issues in your household with your spouse or whatever, sometimes your family ain't the ones to talk to, because your families are biased. They on your side, they on your team, they gonna ride for you, they gonna burn that, they gonna burn him at the stake. You know what I'm saying? But you need to pull the people around you that kind of has an understanding or a different outlook, and say, you know what? Let me pull your coattail. Stop. Check you. Get people around you that's going to check you. Get people around you that's going to hold you accountable. Get people around you that's going to push you. And you'll know who those people are once you discover who you are, who you need around you, because you don't need everybody around you. My circle is super small. It's very small. I mean, sometimes I get to the point where my circle is so small, I talk to myself. I'm not gonna lie, because everybody know I go through something, I'm shutting everybody out. Boom. Because certain things I know that I have to walk alone. There are those things where you do have to walk alone, and you can't call on others, because it needs to be you, yourself, and the creator. That's all it need to be. Nobody else. You need to go through that. So, you know, I'm so glad. Who is that? That's Mary. That's good, Mary. I'm glad you're here too. I'm so glad. So I hope y'all took something away. I hope y'all gained something.
We
I'm
each
going
have our
to,
Facebook pages, so y'all
yeah,
can,
I'm going to put
get in
all of that
contact
in the
with us.
email. So everybody who signed up, I'm going to send all of our information out. Well, y'all got my information because y'all registered. I'm going to send Dr. Boyd's and Dr. Toshiba's out, so you will have it. They will have yours as well. So, reach out to these ladies. I mean, they dope. They don't. We operate in dopeness. Y'all know that's one of my favorite words, dope. And we all different. If you have not noticed, listening to them and how they speak and how they talk, we are all so very different. I guess I would say I'm the diamond in the rough, because I go left field and I have a potty mouth, but I have embraced my essence. That's me, baby. This is what you go
We're
get
working on
every day,
that.
all day.
It's a process. It's a process, baby.
It's
It's
a
a process.
process. And I'm still gonna
Process.
be just as crazy. I may not just say as many, potty words,
That's
but
right. That's right. That's
right.
right.
Unless you piss me off. And then that all holds bar. No, I'm just playing. I'm just
Whole
playing.
nother zone.
Whole nother zone. But thank you guys for coming, showing up, and most importantly, showing up for yourself. Because by
Yes.
being here,
Give
you took
yourself
the
a
step of
hand.
showing up for yourself.
Yes.
Period. Because
Yes.
I know I was very descriptive of what it's gonna be about. Some people join because they love me, and that's fine too. But I promise you, y'all got some good jewels. Y'all definitely got some good jewels. Of course, everybody who registered, like I said, you get the price. And in that email, you also going to get another special offer for something future that we're planning. So be on the lookout for that. Please check your emails. If you don't check your emails, then shoot me a text and say, Tamara, I don't check my emails. And then I will try my best. I'm not gonna make no promises. Try my best to accommodate you. I promise. Because I want you to be in the know. I don't send out excessive emails. I only send out important
Thank you,
emails because
Candace.
I'm very intentional about what I want to share and what I want to tell you guys. Thank you so much, Candace. I
Yes,
think Candace was the first one
Candace.
who got one, or Latricia, somebody, but
Oh,
thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to get all of them out
Candace.
by Tuesday. So thank
Yeah,
you so much. Thank you, Latricia. I definitely appreciate it. You guys are so bomb. I love you guys, like for real, for real. Like,
I have to take a sip on the
that's dope.
Candace one. I'm being biased right now. I have to take a sip from this cup, and
Why?
she knows why.
Why are you doing that?
To you, my love.
Oh, the cup. Yes, yes, yes. So that's super, 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 super amazing and awesome.
Oh,
But I'm gonna let you guys go because we did hold y'all for almost 2 hours. I did not
yeah,
expect that.
thank
So
you.
definitely, I ain't gonna lie, definitely glad I upgraded because I thought that thing said 40 minutes, and I was like, oh my God, that's not gonna work. So, and I was able to do it all before we got on. So that was a good thing. But thank you
Y'all, she had me
again.
on a timer. She told me I had 3 minutes, so I had to wrap mine up.
Because I knew I didn't want to hold you guys that long, but I'm glad you guys stayed. Majority of the people stayed. So that's a blessing, like for real, for real. I'm gonna get all everybody who orders the books tonight and tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be at the post office sending your books out on Tuesday. If you are local, let me know. And I'll get it to you. I'll get it to
She's
you.
super fast in everything she does
I drive.
instantly.
I'm always in the car. That's why y'all see all my selfies in the car. I'm always in the car,
Mhm.
literally in the car. Yeah, me and Glorilla. Yeah,
We're
that part.
all super fast. You want something from us, we
We
gonna
gonna
drop it
get
to
it.
you as fast as we can, but with intention, love, and care. Because
Absolutely.
whatever's going on with us, we have to clear all of that out in order to put that real love, godly love, spirit love in it to give to you so that you're not taking in the mess that we probably have going on. And that's a whole nother thing too, because I want to teach you all about buying stuff out of stores to use on your body with other people touching things. We're going to talk about energy work later on another Zoom. So y'all be
You can't
on the
give it
lookout
all
for
to
that.
them. You can't give it
I
all
know.
to them.
That was just a little tidbit. I gotta give you a little appetizer. You know what I'm saying? Say yum yum. You want some more? You want a whole meal? You know what I'm saying? Okay, just gotta give you a little appetizer. But yes, we will talk about that because that is very important as well. That goes back to what Dr. Rhonda spoke about and what Ms. Tamara spoke about as well. Your surroundings and the things that you touch, let touch you, and the things that the people that you surround yourself does have a major impact on what's coming from the inside and shows on the out.
Right. Now I know some of you guys have to go because y'all are hitting me up. But again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Dr. Morris. Thank you so much, Dr. Boyd. You all have a wonderful, beautiful night. And do not forget, today is Sunday. It is Self Care Sunday. So do whatever you need to do to take care of you first.
Right.
Y'all have a good night. Love you. See you soon.
Blessings.